into the clinch. Here we are with the tail of the tape. Hades, 16 years of age, 163 centimeters tall with an official weight of 109.2 pounds, 68 fights to his name. Cammaroon, 18 years of age, 168 centimeters tall with an official weight of 110 pounds at stadium. So here we are for the first round.
Yeah, we do like to see those fights where somebody who is just on the back foot is being charged down. How long can they keep them off them, or how long will it take before they get in close? Anyways, here we are for round number one. In the red corner, we have Hades. In the blue corner, we have Cammaroon. We are scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. The first round, as we know, Joe, tends to be an easier round for both of these fighters. It's a feeling out process, but we've got a classic southpaw taking on an orthodox fighter.
And just like bat out of hell, you took the words right out of my mouth. A southpaw taking on an orthodox. Always makes for an interesting fight as well, Jimmy.
Yeah, my favorite fighters tend to be southpaws because they're the trickiest ones to work out. And, you know, a good southpaw will always dominate most divisions. So, as you can see right now, we're already a minute into the fight. Not much has been landed, but a lot has been done in terms of developing reads on one another. What they're doing right now is they're feeling each other out. They're trying to get a read, and they're trying to see how their feints are going to work in the later rounds. So the first round, maybe the second round as well, is a feeling out process for both of these fighters. It is a marathon, not a sprint in these 5-round fights.
And you can see both fighters just touching gloves, just trying to measure the distance and, you know, garner where they're going to throw their rear attack, where the power attack's going to come from. Oh, a nice step through jab there from Hades.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing you'll notice with southpaws against an orthodox is a battle of the lead leg and the footwork. The southpaw is trying to get their front leg, their right leg, on the outside of their opponent, and vice versa as well. So both fighters are trying to get their lead leg on the outside of their opponents before they send that big backhand or that big kick. It's exactly what we're seeing right now, just two fighters trying to edge towards one another.
Nice skip into the clinch here. 50-50 inside the bicep control. Just trying to test it out. And it's a good strategy not to go too ham early on inside the clinch. Test it out. See where your opponent is in terms of frame and the strength inside the frame of the clinch. How their stance is. The foundation from the bottom. Testing where the foundation is. Beautiful work there. And here we are inside the clinch again. You can see Cammaroon trying to put that palm over the top and break the posture of Hades, but not quite getting it after Hades had that nice little body lock on him.
Yeah, both fighters right now are just warming up as well. As we can see, they're not throwing much of anything, but they're just warming up. It tends to liven up in the second, the third, and then that fourth round is when we see a lot of fireworks as well. But a very even round so far, but it looks like Hades has been the more active of the two. And that is the end of round number one. We're going into a second round in just a moment, folks. Don't go anywhere. Into his firing range. So he's stepping around with that lead hook to set it up for that backhand or that back kick. Anyways, folks, we are here for the second round, scheduled for 3 minutes. In the red corner, we have Hades. In the blue corner, we have Cammaroon. Both fighters in the center of the ring, and Cammaroon starts to initiate the clinch already.
Well, we were kind of expecting that from Cammaroon. You know, he is known for his strong clinch ability, but Mr. Hades doing a good job of pushing the hips against him on that rope, nullifying the action. That big left kick up top, slapping the punching power out of him.
Definitely a more active round right now, Joe. We see both fighters engaging once again in the clinch.
And of course, make sure you stay tuned for the next bout. Singh Chalam versus Yod OT at 117 pounds. Scheduled for 5 rounds, just like this one here. Round 2 underway right now. SKS Empire Super Fight every Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Thai time.
A charging left hand by Hades. So Hades' footwork is definitely on point. He's almost found his range, but some beautiful knees landed by Cammaroon inside the clinch, but Hades returning with some nice knees of his own. Both fighters allowing themselves to work out of the clinch as well. The referee's seen enough. He breaks them up back into the action.
Well, Hades was in a fairly good position there with that vice grip and digging the head under the chin of Cammaroon. It's quite a compromising position to be in because it's quite suffocating. It's a very uncomfortable position to be put in. So here we are in a little bit of a stalemate. Still measuring the distance as Cammaroon tries to skip in and engage in the clinch.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what we're seeing. I mean, Hades looks very calm, and a beautiful left elbow by Hades inside the clinch. We expected Cammaroon to clinch, but it looks like Hades is definitely more comfortable in that clinch and getting one up on the clincher that is Cammaroon.
Nice knee block inside of the thigh there from Hades as well. Just stopping the knee from coming up from Cammaroon. Hades doing a good job of applying the forward pressure. Oh, big swing and a miss.
Yeah, Hades definitely using his ring IQ to the fullest in this moment. Hades has just been evading pressure, and as soon as Cammaroon engages in the clinch, Hades comes alive as well, so he's almost using Cammaroon's best weapon against him, which is a very nice veteran move, especially for a southpaw.
Nice lead uppercut to follow up with the left hand. Inside the clinch, follows up with the elbow there from Hades on the inside. Inside the clinch now, Cammaroon applying that body lock, trying to push him against the ropes.
Hades landing that left elbow inside the clinch once again. Cammaroon's got to be very careful. He doesn't engage in the clinch too often now. Hades has just done a very good move of allowing Cammaroon to clinch him, and then Hades comes alive with a cheeky elbow. Anyways, folks, don't go anywhere. We are going into a third round.
Of course, the last two rounds we saw Hades unexpectedly pushing the pressure. Hades, the technician of the two, Cammaroon, the known knee fighter.
Okay, folks, thank you for joining us, and everyone around the world tuning in for this stream. We are scheduled for 5 fights of action. We have got Hades in the red, Cammaroon in the blue, and both fighters not wasting any time, already involved in the clinch.
And you could see Cammaroon go for a little bit of a Muay Baran technique a moment ago. Catches the leg, tries to hack the leg with an elbow, but Hades negating that beautifully by just locking on and turning the hip.
Hades just out of range and waits for Cammaroon to step in with a clinch. Both fighters battling for position right now. Hades landing the knees through into the midsection. Cammaroon landing some nice knees on the inside as well. The referee pries them apart, brings them back into central ring, and we're back into action. Hades attempts another overstepping elbow as well and just misses the target.
Beautiful palm over the top and tries to follow with the left hand through. Changing stances now, trying to keep Cammaroon guessing here. Applying that vice grip from Cammaroon, but he's got him like a bully in a headlock here.
Absolute action we are witnessing right now. A very nice close fight. Hades starting to march towards Cammaroon. Cammaroon wanting to engage in that clinch, and he catches the kick and sends a right hand to the chin of Cammaroon. Nice
push across there from Hades, but it's a compromising position as Cammaroon's got the upper hand here, trying to knee his way through. Hades pushing forward, slaps the elbow down again.
Once again, both fighters in the clinch. The referee brings them into the center of the ring. We are a minute to go in the third round. Both fighters once again in the clinch, but Cammaroon got a better grip of the situation, sent some beautiful knees into the midsection of Hades.
And there you can see the promoter, dear Kiatpetch, watching very closely to see who he's going to put on again.
He stumbled him with that left elbow there, Joe. It looked like Hades was nearly out of it with that Cammaroon elbow.
And Cammaroon pushing the palm over the top and sending that right knee through the midsection, breaking his posture. Very classy for the judges from Cammaroon.
Less than 30 seconds to go of the third round, but Cammaroon starting to pick up the pace. Hades jumps in with a knee and lands an elbow on the inside.
But there you go. Cammaroon on the outside with the better positioning on side control. Hacks the elbow over the top, pushes off. Sitting on the back foot. I think he's very comfortable here, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, it started off with Hades very much in control, looking like the fighter who's more comfortable inside the heat. But I think Cammaroon has finally come alive. I'm excited for this fourth round. Don't go anywhere. We have got a cracking round coming up. Expected, and they did not disappoint.
It's that strong posture control from Mr. Cammaroon. Oh, and here we see Hades locking on with that vice grip, trying to dig the head under. But if Cammaroon can put that palm over the top and break his head down, we might see a change in the game here.
So for those of you just joining us, thank you for joining. We are in the 4th round of the first fight. Hades in the red, Cammaroon in the blue. It's an even fight so far. Hades being pushed in the action. Cammaroon has been on the back foot. Who is going to take this 4th round as Cammaroon wraps him up and sends the knees to the midsection?
Wrapping him up like a Christmas present right here at Omnoi Stadium as
beautiful spin around and sends another knee, but Cammaroon's positioning once again. Beautiful stuff by Cammaroon to nullify the action. Hades needs to go back to his original game plan of inside elbows, I believe.
That's right, pushing the pace now, but Cammaroon just controlling the action inside the clinch so beautifully, pushing the hips against him on the ropes.
The referee brings him back in the center of the ring. We're already halfway through the 4th round. Cammaroon now just on the back foot. Hades not wanting to engage just yet. Both fighters trying to find their ranges. Hades steps in and misses with a right.
Yeah, the big forward march, trying to knee his way to victory and lock on with that lead hand. Good strategy, but Cammaroon just read it like a book.
Cammaroon's boxed beautifully in these later rounds. And we often see with these fights, Joe, the first 2 rounds, it tends to go one way and then it suddenly switches. So these fights are always very evenly matched, as we see a nice attempt to a clinch, but it looks like Hades doesn't want to engage in this 4th round very much.
I think Hades thinks he has it, but on my unofficial scorecards, Cammaroon has been the stronger of the two, putting Hades in some very, very sticky situations inside that clinch. You can see Cammaroon just trying to edge forward to work his way in.
And you see Hades on the back foot, looks very calm, lands a nice kick to the leg, but both fighters engage once again in the clinch. Cammaroon just starting to flurry with the knees to the midsection of Hades. But again, Hades does not want to give up anything. He's got a good poker face. He catches the leg and charges him with a left hook.
Great turn of the hip there by Hades, but now Cammaroon taking the back against the ropes. Fantastic action here at Omnoi Stadium. Hades on the back foot now. Cammaroon trying to edge forward.
It looks like Hades thinks he's won this already, but there's still one more round to go as he sends a left elbow upstairs. But it's just too hard to cut the man Cammaroon. So we're going into a 5th round. Let us know at home, who do you think's winning this fight? It could be even Stevens. I've got Cammaroon up by 1. Information, so this 5th round should be explosive.
I mean, as we've witnessed before, it's not uncommon for both fighters to think they're in the lead. So here we are for the 5th and final round. Nice jab to fake there from Hades in the red. Skipping forward, throwing that beautiful right kick up center. Locking on now.
A lot more kicks being thrown high by these fighters in this 5th and final round. Some nice elbows on the inside as well as Cammaroon starts to find the target again with the clinch and the knees. Both fighters back in central ring.
Bit of a stall here, just waiting for the right moment to strike like a cobra. Oh, and there, Cammaroon tried to go for the cobra kick, but not quite finding his prey.
For those wondering, a cobra is a cobra. However, Joe says it in an Australian accent. And we're back in central ring as he throws a nice right high kick upstairs. Hades steps in for the clinch. Very nicely done by Hades to evade damage from those high kicks. He steps in as Cammaroon is throwing that high kick.
Cammaroon just measuring the distance there with that stiff jab, but oh, a bit of a slap of the hands between both fighters. Acknowledgement, grabbing on, dragging under, pushing that hand over the top from Cammaroon, trying to find the space for the knee, but not quite finding it as Hades pushed his hips against him.
Cammaroon landed a beautiful shot to the body, just an absolute whipping kick to the ribcage, and Hades just did not seem fazed by it at all. Remember, both of these fighters have had around 60 fights each. Hades thinks he's won this. Hades was already checked out in the 4th round, and I think he thinks he's got this round as well, but I'm not too confident. I think Cammaroon might be taking this. But what do you guys think at home? Let us know. Who's winning this fight?
I mean, that is one thing you do lack, is confidence. So here we are, Cammaroon, a nice slap of the gloves there. Oh, evades a nice stiff hook there from Hades. Steps in, pushes off. Great strategy there from Hades to keep his length strategy up.
Yeah, that length strategy is doing a very good job right now for Hades, especially he keeps touching the glove of Cammaroon. I don't know if Hades is just revised to the fact that he's won this and he doesn't need to engage and do anything else. I'd like to see Hades just step it up a little bit and really try and secure it, because if the judges give it to the blue corner, Hades is going to look back at this and realize he could have done more, but some beautiful teeps to the hips and to the thighs of Cammaroon. The referee pries him apart, brings him back into central ring. Not long to go of this fifth and final round. It's been a close fight so far. I think it's even Stevens at the moment. Who's going to take in these final moments?
That is the end of round 5, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a look at who took this away in just a moment as the referee collects the scorecards from all the judges. And it looks like Hades looking very confident there. But we'll see in just a moment as our referee announces our winner for this afternoon's first bout. And yes, it goes to Hades, the confident technician. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. What a fight. We'll be back in just a moment for the second bout of the afternoon.